Hi everybody, and welcome to a new lesson on English Online. Today's lesson is going to be on idioms. So, you have to know that idioms are very important in everyday English. They come up in both spoken and written English. And the thing is, idioms cannot be understood literally. They don't even make sense when you try to understand them or to understand the words separately in each idiom. So our mission is to learn them and familiarize ourselves with their meanings and usage. And that might seem like a lot of work, but believe me, learning idioms is quite fun, especially when you master them and you could use a couple in your everyday English with people around you. That is so rewarding. So today we're going to look at a couple, 5 to be exact, and they're related to body parts. So we're going to see these 5 common idioms that are used in English and they are related to body parts. The first one is to have a hand in. Well, to have a hand in does not literally mean to have your hand into something or in something. To have a hand in, of course, something means to be involved in the planning, creation, or execution of something. So it doesn't mean to have your actual hand put into something. That's absurd. Of course it can happen, but this idiom is quite different or has a different meaning than the actual meaning of the singular or separate words. For example, it was pretty exciting to have a hand in launching the new business. So to have a hand in launching the new business does not mean that they wanted to launch a new business and they just called you or you were there and said, okay, wait a second, I need to put my hand right there in the business. No, it does not mean that. It means that you had a hand or that you had a part to play in the launching of the new business. For example, you could have gave money or invested money in it, or you could have planned or helped in the planning, or maybe the creation of the ideas, or so you contributed somehow to this business or this new business. So to have a hand in that means that you have played a part in the launching of this business. Another example is, let's take a football player. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 1 goal and had a hand in 2 others. It means that he scored 1 goal by himself and then he helped his friends, or he was involved in the scoring of 2 other goals, right? So let's look at another one, which is to lose your head. To lose your head does not mean to lose your actual head somewhere, or you forget it somewhere, or somebody just snaps it from your body. It means that you become very angry or confused or emotional, that you cannot think clearly. This is what to lose your head means, actually. So when he was questioned by the police, he completely lost his head. It means that when the police started asking questions, what were you doing there? What time did you come home? What time did you leave? Etc. He lost his head. It means that he became very angry, or maybe he became very confused, because this is the police and people usually get confused, or he became very emotional that he could not think clearly and started just giving inaccurate, let's say, responses or replies. The third one is to turn a deaf ear. So to turn a deaf ear, I really wish that you will enjoy your hearing for the rest of your lives, of course. But to turn a deaf ear means to refuse to listen to someone or to something. You just refuse sometimes to listen to people or to listen to certain things, songs or anything, because you don't find them interesting, or you have no use for them, or maybe they're just not to your liking. The government has been turning a deaf ear to all the pleas of its citizens. So usually governments don't listen to their people, and this is a good context where we can use this idiom here, to turn a deaf ear. So the government is turning a deaf ear, meaning that it's not listening to its citizens and their pleas and their demands. Another example that I liked is, when my father is turning a deaf ear to my mom, he's just saying, or he keeps saying, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. It means he pretends to be listening when he's turning a deaf ear, when he's actually turning a deaf ear. He's not interested in what she has to say. The fourth idiom here we have today for you is to cross an arm and a leg. Of course, it would be absurd to think that you're going to cut off your arm or leg and just, exchange them for something, a car or a house. But when we say that something costs an arm and a leg, it is something that costs a lot of money or something that is very expensive. So you pay a lot of money, a big sum of money to buy something. For example, it cost me an arm and a leg to get my car fixed. So let's say you bumped your car, or maybe you were involved in an accident, and it costs you an arm and a leg, meaning it costs you a lot of money to get it fixed. And the last idiom we have today is to get cold feet. So to get cold feet actually means, well, you can get cold feet in winter, of course, but this idioms mean that to get nervous or have second thoughts about something is to have doubts. Let's say that you were 100% sure before about something, but now it's not the same. You're nervous, or you're having second thoughts about that, and maybe you're not going to do it because you're having second thoughts. So for example, I'm getting cold feet about my wedding. I'm nervous. I'm getting cold feet about my wedding, or I'm so nervous. It means that maybe you don't want to get married to that person because you're having second thoughts, or maybe you're just nervous because it's the first experience you'll ever have, or you ever had, or maybe let's say it's something new to you and something that you cannot do. Anyway, these 5 idioms here are very common, and if you master their use, you could use them naturally in your everyday English, and they will certainly make you sound smarter and make you sound like a native speaker. See you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.